Greetings everyone and welcome back to Oracle of Ages! Bill has just cleared the Skull Dungeon, now it's time to look for the next one! Let's use our fancy new seeds! Okay, so this is the Gale Seed menu. Basically you can teleport to any of the seed trees, as I mentioned before. This one is pretty handy because it brings you right to town. Alright, looks like we have a ring, so we're gonna check it out, get it appraised. What are my rings? Tell me what they are. Okay, so light ring level 1, sword beams at -2 hearts. So if your hearts drop down to 2 or below, you can use sword beams. We're not going to be using that ring. God, son of a bitch! Alright, this protection ring is really nice to have. Reduces all damage down to just 1 heart. Not too useful in the beginning of the game, but very useful later on, especially for the final boss. But totally breaks the 3-heart challenge, so we won't be using that. If only Ted could find one. He would be unstoppable. Anyway, I hear this kid never sleeps, so you guys have decided we should play with him. Alright, hopefully that'll work out. I'm not talking to you. Alright, so I've returned to Lina Village in the past because, now that we have the Tune of Currents, we can enter a secret area. Let's check it out. I love that tune. It's probably my favorite harp tune. Ah, shit. Alright, well this kind of demos what happens if you try to warp to a place where you'll end up getting stuck. You just instantly warp back. Pretty simple. Anyway, we're supposed to be doing it up here because that's the only way to do it. Alright, welcome to the back door of the shop. Okay, very special items for sale down here. Gaseous Seed, Piece of Heart, and a ring box that upgrades how many rings you can carry. Bill will be buying none of these things, because we don't want Pieces of Heart. He is a terrible arborist, and seed ring upgrades will help us out too much in this minimalist run. It's extra shit we don't need. Alright, I figured that we would, oh shit! Maybe I should take back that arborist statement. Looks like Bill grew himself a nut. A ring! Oh, I wonder what that could be. First, though, I'm catching some flack for not progressing the trading sequence, so let's do whatever we're supposed to do. But not yet. Haha. We have a few different seeds to throw in here. Scent seeds, he finds gross. And he's very confused about the mystery seeds. Well, alright, fine. We'll just give him the paper. Throwing the Gale Seeds in there do absolutely nothing. In fact, they don't even go in the hole. They just land on Bill and do nothing. Anyway, we get a stink bag for our trouble. That's really gross coming from a toilet, so fuck you, hand. Let's get out of here. Alright, I thought we would at least check out what that ring was that we grew. I mean, I can't wait to see what it is. Bill's such a great arborist. Oh, so we basically grew a ring we already had. So what Vasu does is buys it back for 30 rupees, although he charged you 20 to appraise it, so we only made 10 rupees. Pretty shitty tree if you ask me. I guess Bill's terrible arborist skills remain intact. Oh boy, yet another run-in with the witch. Oh look, the Piece of Heart. This is a random thing. It's the only Piece of Heart you can get from the witch. Too bad Bill doesn't need it. We need Ted to find that. It's one of the 2 random Pieces of Hearts that you have to work at to get, so... Oh, there'll be a lot of maple farming going on in Seasons if we don't get it soon. Alright, so the tree said that the next essence sleeps north of Nehru's house, so... let's go north of Nehru's house. Rolling Ridge. So that's where we're headed, Rolling Ridge. It's home to some very special folks. Ooh, looks like we're stuck. Can't really get up there. I wonder what it's like in the past. Aw, come on, you're gonna make me walk around. This is bullshit, if you ask me. Anyway, yes, we do have to travel north of Neighbor's house in the past to get anywhere. And there's actually something blocking our way. This giant hole and the very familiar diamonds that we saw from the previous dungeon lets us know that the switch hook gets us across. And here we are. The Gorons! Aw, aren't they cute? The Gorons were a new addition in, it was Ocarina of Time that debuted them. And they've been in every game since. Some people hate them, some people love them. I love them. So there you go. Hate away. Anyway, the Elder is trapped under some rocks. We need a bomb flower to break him out. Looks like we're not getting anywhere here. Time to go back to the present. Oh. Fine, I'll plant one. Whatever. We'll see what happens. Alright, welcome to the home of the Gorons in the present. Looks like nobody's here. There's a treasure chest. Seeing a lack of Gorons, though. I wonder if they all died off. Nope. They're still here. Okay, looks like a plot device to me. Wow, an empty room. Great, thanks. Basically, the Great Moblin came over here, took over their mountain, and since that happened, they aren't able to grow the bomb flowers, so looks like we gotta clear out the Great Moblin. Or some other such thing. Alright, I wasn't gonna do it, but I'm gonna show you anyway. If you bomb this hole over here, after talking to this Goron who tells you what everybody else has told you, we'll open up a room, and in it is a piece of art. Yes, there you go. Enjoy it. Alright, yeah, there are some moblins up here. They really took over. Ooh, that was hard. Oh, good. Looks like Bill's gonna get some Pegasus seeds soon. Ted's had those for quite a while. But first, money! Yes! Bill is still pretty poor compared to Ted, but whatever. We won't fault him for it. Aw, looks like there's no tree. Well, he said way back in the day, so looks like we gotta find a way back to the past up here. And we will get that tree. That was awful bombing. I apologize for my awful bombing. Alright, so this is the Great Moblin's Keep. Let's bust him out. Oh shit, he wasn't kidding. Alright. Yeah, the only way to get in here is to use the Pegasus seeds. In order to get past that, so if you don't, you get stuck in this little dungeon and that's it. Not very hard. But it's kind of annoying. So I'll speed it up. Alright, so we got out of there. Well, there's gotta be a portal to the past somewhere around here. I mean, come on. Not there. Alright, the blue Moblin is just like the regular Moblin, except he takes 2 hits. Go figure. Wow, I'm taking damage, and shouldn't be. That rock looks pretty mysterious. Yep. I'll be using that after I refill my heart and a half here. That may not seem like a lot, but it's 50% of my life, and that's just no good. To the past! I said, to the past! Okay, so up here apparently, among the Tektites, is a Pegasus tree. So let's go to that, where we saw that clearing in the future. Aha! Okay, so the Pegasus Seeds, they replace the Pegasus Boot. They are no longer, you don't need to charge it like the boot, but you also don't need to go in a straight line, which is pretty nifty. This room does nothing. There's nothing here. Anyway, you don't have to go in one straight direction. You basically can run until it runs out. Nothing else to do here, but use it in the Moblin's Keep. So away we go! These Moblins aren't going to know what hit them. There we go. Alright, so one thing I'm pretty disappointed about with this Moblin's Keep, as opposed to the one in Link's Awakening, is this one has no enemies in it, or sub-bosses, or anything of that nature. Like, the other one was kind of like a mini dungeon, but this one, you just climb to the top and you're already here to fight the Great Moblin. So, how's he going to fight you? Well, he's going to throw giant bombs at you, and then you throw them up and blow them up. It's exactly like the fight in Link's Awakening, except this one has a small twist, where the little Moblins are throwing bombs at you. Wait till it starts flashing before you throw it up there, or else he's just gonna throw it back at you. And most times, Bill loses that volley game. The worst part is trying to focus on the smaller bombs, because they pretty much explode instantly as soon as they land on the ground. And if you're not paying attention, you can take some damage. And with only 3 hearts, taking damage is a bad idea. That was pretty close, but we have prevailed! Wow, we blew up the entire keep, apparently. And he's pretty ticked off about it. Gorons slowly approach. Sweet! Alright, so we can use this to go back to the past and free the Goron Elder, which you would think would create a time paradox, but actually it's not. Don't think too hard about it. Oh, and the tree is going to come and do what he always does best, or she, and state the obvious. As if you still didn't know what to do. Maybe you had forgotten the previous 10 minutes of gameplay. She has to remind you to go back and free the Elder. Luckily, there's a handy little shortcut back to the beginning, and it's right here. Down we go! Still haven't grown that tree. I killed some Moblins and it didn't grow a tree? Come on. Yes it is. Smells like a whatever. Sure, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Man, Gorons are hardcore. They will let the bomb blow up in their face. They don't even care. They look so happy. Alright, so we have freed the Elder, and he's pretty happy about that. And he's also, apparently immortal. Oh, shiny key, huh? Sounds like the next dungeon to me. Alright. So now we can go past the big rock. Pretty much leads us back to the top of the mountain anyway. But now we have some happy Gorons to talk to, but they're not real interesting to talk to right now. So we're not going to. This whole Goron City area seems a little uninspired to me. Like, I think they could have done a little bit more with it, with details. But, I mean, I like the details on the outside, the Goron carvings in the mountains and such, but inside their actual caves, it all just seems pretty boring. But the caves in this game in general are pretty boring, so I guess I can't complain too much. Anyway, the Crown Dungeon exists in the present only, so that's where we're headed. we can go back through the ruins of the Great Moblin's Keep to get there. And that owl pretty much states the obvious, so I'm not even going to touch him. Basically, use the Pegasus seeds and the feather, and you can jump greater distances. Isn't that nifty? Anyhow, it leads us right to the front door of the Crown Dungeon, so use our key up in this bitch and we're gonna open it up. Alright, so I'm gonna leave the Crown Dungeon for next time. I'll see you guys later. Au revoir.